Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Ramakrishna Hegde. As you are aware of it, we have planned for a webinar today. It's on the response recovery and reimagine. This is related to know the different technologies which is available in the market and which are the technologies you're supposed to be expertise in to get recruited in the industry and what is actually industry look for, which other technologies are there in the market today, which normally which drives you to a better career in your life. Related to this, so we have organized one webinar. We have an expert. Mr. Sendil Prashanth. He basically a subject matter expert, and he has over 15 years of strong experience in the field of desktop, networking, network support, system administration, servicing, training, and leading team and program management also. He also have a competency in Microsoft Windows, Red Hat Linux, Cisco networks and security systems, and virtualization as well as cloud technologies. He is a subject matter expert, and he's working in one of the MNCs. He's working in one of the MNCs, one of the major IT companies, and he's going to be a resource person for today. He's going to explain you. He's going to tell you. He's going to guide you which are the technologies, the hot technologies in the market. How can you prepare to become an expertise and all those things. On behalf of Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, I would like to welcome today's resource person, Mr. Sendil Prashanth. Welcome, sir.
Hi, Ramakrishna. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also I would like to welcome Mr. Dashrath from iNurture, and also I would like to mention one of my other friend named Mr. Ravi Purohit. Currently is not joined. He may be joining later. Because of Dashrath as well as Mr. Ravi Purohit, I can able to conduct this particular webinar. I'd like to welcome Mr. Dashrath as well as Mr. Ravi Purohit from iNurture also. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Sendil for continuing. So, Sendil, sir, are you comfortable? You can start session now.
Sure. I can.
Yeah, I will hand over the session to you, sir. Please.
Thank you very much, Ramakrishna, and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for being a part of the session, and hope you may gain a bigger knowledge in terms of understanding the current technology. And of course, as the topic represents here, response, recovery, and reimagine, it's all about the career and the learning with technologies, which we are seeing across today. And of course, during this pandemic, and there's a huge drastic change which we come across. And, the world is changing, and the world is moving towards technology, and the requirement of technology is moving ahead, and requirement of people are changing day by day. People today need more secure work environment, and you see the new normal which we are observing today are moving towards work from home, remote work environment, network based connectivity. I want e-learning system. I want e-technology which is coming in place, and a bigger digital transformation which we are seeing today. And I'm talking about a digital transformation. Digital transformation is one of the in need in India, and this has triggered a very big resource requirement. And of course, this is helping us to overcome this current situation of pandemic. And of course, this is one of the big turn to talk about COVID-19. Most of the people or their daily lives have been impacted a lot, and many work as well as major compromisation which has come across and happened, and the business continuity got affected, and remote working has become a necessity today. And a small example of the chart which shows here COVID-19 on a business impact across the globe, or specific to India to talk about. Again, you see the yellow and the red bars which you're observing here are the prediction which came across. But meanwhile, if you see, the COVID-19 impact is not yet gone. In fact, it has drastically increased. The blue lines, whichever you see the 92% of Indian CEOs are predicting, and of course, COVID-19 is going to bring across a very big impact on business. And it's all about understanding this major three phases. the response, the recovery, and the reimagine. What is this basically? You can see it's all of a sudden lockdown, and the impact which has come across, the response which came across, and the immediate impact where people have a problem in terms of managing their daily work, as well as most of the business got impacted, education got impacted, daily necessity and needs got impacted, and how can we come across, or how can we overcome the situation. And the response phase was a little bit higher, and of course the recovery which we have come across. So recovery is something like the phase which we are in, and we understand and how to overcome this current situation. It's all about not only the recovery, it is all about the reimagine. So reimagine is one which is taking us to a next level, and this is all about new normal, and this is all about new next which we have to observe and take it forward. Giving you a simple example here, Hula Global, it's one of the garment manufacturing industry of Noida. You can see initially, since they are garment manufacturing industry, it's one of the small medium business scale industry. They had a very big impact. They had a few hundreds of employees of working in their organization, and of course they had a very big impact during this pandemic. And if you observe, they have gone through this response recovery phase, and of course they went across reimagination of their business. And of course, what is the current today's need? It's all about requirement of these PPE kits, and that's where they started manufacturing these PPE kits. And today they were only known in India, but now they are known international now, because they started manufacturing this PPE kits. And you can see they started importing them to different set of countries, like Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Italy. And you can see their business started growing up, and they understood the current situation, and they've taken it to the next level. It's all about reimagine. So reimagine is all about understanding what next and what is new next, which we are going to observe, and how we are going to take it to the next level. And of course, when I'm talking about the impact, remote work and remote learning and remote has become one of the important parameter in terms of understanding the current situation. Of course, digital transformation not new for us, and we've been using this in our personal life. You can see we started using digital management of travel, banking. I don't know when I went to bank in the last 6 months, and everything has become online. And the transportation, and of course healthcare. Recently, you may see, recent I visited a doctor. Means I didn't go visit a doctor physically, but you can see the doctor is also coming online. He is able to diagnose and give the prescription, and he is able to manage the things on a remote management tool. And retail industries, of course entertainment, and you can see the biggest impact to talk about, again, education also moved towards digital learning environment. So everything is turning to digital environment, and everything is moving towards digital learning. And of course remote work and remote education has become one of the new next which we observe today. And understanding what is digital transformation, it's about the biggest change which we see in India, and India is focused towards this digital transformation, and we are seeing a very huge development towards digital transformation in India. And it is all about empowering the people. And of course the work culture has been tremendously changing towards the moving out from the traditional work environment to the modern workplace which we see in today's life. And of course digital transformation is inspiring everyone in terms of understanding the need, and of course understanding the requirement and fulfilling the current needs. And with this digital transformation, you see one of the most best practice to talk about, uh, in the past state, if you see a ratio where 18% of small medium business which we see in India, 96% of India are SMB businesses. And most of the SMB, you can observe, there were 40% of business that had a mobile strategy, where people were not thinking about remote work, or people were not thinking about work from home, or you see the practice were completely different. But after the pandemic, after the long lockdown, you can see there's a tremendous change. the current state to observe. The current state to observe, you can see 91% of business are implementing work from home today. And not only the business, even the education are also moving towards the home remote strategy, where you can learn and get educated from home. And when I'm talking about the future state, you can observe almost 74% of staff are expected to allocate 27% more time. In this, the meaning is very simple, where in terms of a regular work environment where they are able to invest more 20% of their time in terms of remote work environment, which brings them more productivity. And it all depends on your infrastructure and tools. Infrastructure and tool plays a big role in managing the entire remote work environment and remote work environment. So infrastructure and tool to talk about, I need security, of course, when I'm working remotely or when I'm working from any place across the globe. And I need a device which can manage, which can enhance, and of course brings me productivity. And I need a simple work environment and easy flexible management. And of course, I want to work collaboratively. Working collaboratively is something like, I want to generally, I go to an organization or I go to any kind of educational academics or institute, we used to see each other. But how can I collaboratively work and collaboratively enable them? So it is all about remote tools which we talk about, like Microsoft Teams, or you talk about different set of tools which enables you, like the one which we have joined here through an online streaming system, where enables us to connect them easily. And of course, when I'm working from home or remote location, and of course I may have certain impact on my network and internet as well. I want to work offline and I want to synchronize them later. I want to access my storage. I'm talking about the security. I want to manage my data. We have cloud storage which enables them to store the data, manage them seamlessly, and access them anywhere, anytime. And not only that, when I'm working from home, I may need access on multiple devices. I will not only sit on my laptop or my desktop. I may use my tablet or my mobile phone. I want to resume my work in multiple places. Even you see many people are working remotely, as well as there are certain 30% of workforce who, even like for example manufacturing industry, where they need a 30% of workforce in the organization itself. And I want to connect them, manage them. I want them to access on multiple devices. I want to connect through mobile, I want to connect through laptop, desktop. I want my multiple device accessibility, and I want my flexible work environment. So all put together brings me a better way to work anywhere, anytime. The technology brings us to one single place, which enables us to work collaboratively with each other. And that is where we talk about future flexible workplace. The future flexible workplace is all about bringing us a secure work environment, a flexible work environment, and of course, fast to adapt. I want to adapt them easily. I want to take them, work with them pretty easy. And this is a small business or medium business are quickly adopting to the first level model of understanding the remote infrastructure enablement. And you see 41% of business in India lack on the mobile strategy, and 88% of all business encourage the employees to work from home. And of course, uncertainty blurs the future workplace. And that is where the transformation which we are seeing today, and that is where the technology is helping us to bridge this gap. And I'm talking about the technology of, say, the intelligent edge, of course, lighting up to the intelligent cloud. It's all of the cloud technology which I would like to bring and highlight here. When I'm talking about an intelligent edge, I hope most of you use intelligent edge devices. It can be anything. It can be a mobile phone, or it can be your smart devices. You have many smart devices across your home. I hope you may be using many such devices, like say it may be a smart AC which you turn on, you have your smart televisions, you have smart appliances at your home, and they connect with each other and they talk to each other. and they are in fact connected through an intelligent cloud. And there is a very big technology which comes behind is your artificial intelligence, and of course IoT, which enables the intelligent edge and intelligent cloud to the better world. But of course, increasing in technology, increasing in the all new way method of managing things, there is a risk also involved, and this is where security is very important. you know Almost 70%, 750% of growth in your ransomware family. Ransomware, in simple to tell you, means uh, and a kind of virus which enters your system, encrypts your data, and of course need a monitoring to release them. So ransomware attacks are increasingly growing up, and the cost of cybercrime across the globe is almost $8 trillion, and average cost of phishing attacks is almost $1.6 million. To recover from these kind of state, or to just identify them, it takes 99 days, and 90% of all cyber attacks are through your phishing emails. So this is a strategy which you need to understand. Security is one of the prime important to overcome these kind of situations and problem. And that's where you can see there's a huge change in technology which we are coming across. We have seen mainframe systems way earlier, and then the introduction to open system came in, the decentralized environment, and we talk about client server model where we had a distributed servers and centralized over distributed servers. And you can see by the year 2006 to 2008, the boom of virtualization came into picture, and it has drastically changed the way the server is getting managed. And moving on, you can see the converged infrastructure which we come across, standard but rugged systems which we came across, and what we see today, the hyper converged infrastructure and the cloud technology, which is in fact taking the world towards the new generation. So it's all today what we see is software defined. Software defined is all about the hyperconverged infrastructure and cloud, which is taking towards. You may see a data center which was physical available, but now we see a software defined data center. We see software defined storage, software defined compute, software defined networking, which enables this particular technology to move away forward. The When I'm talking about this cloud technology, 80% of customers report cloud repartition. Means to say, like, I don't want to completely get into a cloud technology, but I want even on-premise server running. I want a mix and match of cloud with on-premises, or say I would like to have multiple cloud technology integrated, and I want to work seamlessly with each other. What is the solution for me? So that is where you see the hybrid cloud technology comes into a picture. Hybrid cloud technology enables us to work easily with on-premise server integrated with your cloud infrastructure, as well as I can have my multiple cloud integrated, and of course multiple service integrated. And it improves in terms of increasing in 19% of security. Of course, it improves in terms of 14% of performance, reduce 12% in terms of cost, and of course managing and controlling are improved 12% higher. And this is one of the IDC report analysis on the hybrid technology which we see further. Why hybrid? When I'm talking about a hybrid technology, hybrid plays a bigger role. I may have an on-premise server running. Just giving you a simple example, I'm just going back to a few years where, say, one of my 10th standard result, I went to a cyber cafe and I was staring at the monitor for almost 30 minutes. Why? You may see the rest of the days this server was having the proper way to respond, but on that particular day, the maximum footprint came in, and you can see the server crashed, and it is not providing me a proper result because there is multiple load on the server. It is not allowing me to uh, get the result on time. And similarly, for an example, say this offers or say big billion days in kind of shopping days, where it enables the multiple customer to get into that particular platform at one single day, at one single time. The traffic increases. And this kind of situation, say I'm having an on-premise server, I may not purchase multiple server for this particular current scenarios. I would like to utilize the cloud technology. I do have my server on premises, but I would like to take a cloud technology of virtual systems where I will cluster them, I will group them, and I would like to enable my fault tolerance and load balance. Or say I want my backup, I want to go for my disaster recovery, I want to store all my data and all my resources in my system. But for my backup and for my disaster recovery, I would like to prefer a cloud where all my data's backup are kept on my cloud. And in certain uncertainty, I would like to restore my system with my cloud technology. And many are such. You can see they want to speed up their process. They want a fault tolerance and load balance, or they want to have a redundant system, and of course increasing in footprint on the particular server, managing where hybrid plays a bigger role. And I will be increasing my on-prem server to my cloud technology. So I would like to have both integrated seamlessly with each other. And they are of basically of two types here. You can go ahead with consistence and of course connected. Consistence from your cloud technology to your on-prem server, and of course on-prem to your connected server as well. Just to give you an example, taking an example of an Azure Arc, which enables on-prem server connected with your Azure stack, as well as multiple set of clouds and of course edge devices, seamlessly putting together, working seamlessly integrated with each other, brings the flexible management and flexible work environment. And as I was mentioning about the software defined data center, or software defined is the strategy which we are moving across. And when I'm talking about an on-prem server, it can be you can say a traditional data center to talk about. You see, a traditional data center may have storage, and they may have a storage fabric and hypervisors, the computing, and you have miscellaneous applications connected, and of course networking devices like Ethernet switch. So this basically forms a data center here. But when I'm talking about a data center, the traditional model, the three-tier data center, are based off multiple manufacturing units, and of course they come across multiple languages, and they talk to each other with different languages. And that is where you can see this hyper-converged infrastructure comes into a player role. Just to understand a very simple example, what is hyper-converged infrastructure? Let's take 10-15 years back. If I want to listen to a music, I use a tape recorder. If I want to say make a phone call, I use a telephone. Or I want to watch a movie, I need a television. Or say I want to send a message, I need a pager. So you can see I use different set of devices for different usage. If I want to send an email, I use a computer. But what we see today, one single smartphone which can enable me to do everything. I can take photograph, I can listen to a song, I can watch a movie, I can send an email, and I can do everything in one single device. So this is basically an hyper converged. So when server was getting into converged infrastructure, where we had a file server, print server, email server, web server, so you have different servers for different resources. But when it comes to hyperconverge, you have all put together in one solution. And similarly, when I'm talking about data center management, you have a hardware, multiple devices with three-tier model, where it is moving to a single solution, single box with single software. So that is your hyper-converged infrastructure. So one tool, software-based, enables you to do everything. How this is made? Pretty simple. When I'm talking about hyperconverged infrastructure, a simple overview on this, uh, taking an example of take an example of an Azure Stack, HCI. An HCI enables you with software defined compute, means generally when I'm talking about an hardware, When I'm assembling a computer, very simple example. First and foremost thing, I take all the parts of computer, motherboard, processor, memory, and assemble them. I have an hardware. I have a computer now. On that, I would like to install my platform. That's my operating system, and on that, I will be installing required applications and software and start using them. But then when it comes to a virtualization environment, I create a virtual computer, and on this it's an hypervisor which plays a bigger role, an hypervisor which will in turn convert your physical hardware to your virtual hardware. Followed by that, I install my platform and I install my application, I start using them. So here, when I'm talking about a compute, you are having a bigger transformation from a physical computer to a virtual computer. The virtualization, the hypervisor makes this happen. So that is your software defined compute. Followed by that, I need a storage. I need a layer where I want to manage storage. I want to manage storage, I want to manage replication, I want to manage my backup, and I want to manage my resources. And of course, storage plays a bigger role in terms of any kind of industry, and data is one of the very important criteria for any business to run. So software defined storage enables you an S2D, for an example, which enables you replication, mirroring, and of course data management enables you to do so. Software defined storage, and followed by that, I need a layer of network when I'm talking about a data center. So yes, of course, you can also virtualize your software defined network enablement, and this three put together brings you a software defined data center. Software defined compute, replacement of your physical computer with virtual computer. Software defined storage, virtually enabling your storage capabilities, and of course virtually enabling your network capabilities. This put together with an hyperconverged infrastructure with the access to the resources. For an example, say Windows Admin Center. Windows Admin Center is one of the beautiful tool to talk about here. Here, for an example, say with Windows Admin Center, where you can easily connect them, configure them, manage them. See, my server is kept across multiple location. I can't go travel, locate. I can't go type anything. So I want them to access them remotely. I'm sitting from home. I want to configure a web server. I'm sitting from home. I want to configure a PowerShell scripting. I want to connect and enable certain tools or resources. I want to configure my web services. So generally, I can set from my home. I will be able to connect through Windows Admin Center, and I can manage them. And again, to talk about, I may have my physical server, I may have my cloud server integrated together, the hybrid environment enablement. So that is where Windows Admin Center plays a role, where I can connect my cloud server, I can connect my physical server, put together, and I can work seamlessly. So that is where Windows Admin Center plays a bigger role. And all put together in a single hardware, validated hardware, enables you HCI, a full capable environment to work with. A single solution, software defined, that is all about HCI. Okay. And the major IT implementation and new approach which we see across today is all about the hybrid data center enablement. 80% of the data center are moving towards hybrid capability and hybrid enablement, where enterprise see an opportunity in terms of managing their resources seamlessly, connected, integrated easily, and of course without spending much cost on implementing or increasing their resources. They can work with the existing resource, increasing in their capabilities. And of course security plays a bigger role, and I want an environment which need to get encrypted. I want to have an environment which data is getting protected, and of course prevention measures and security integration is very important. One simple example to tell you, say I have my physical computer with me, and if I want to take away the data from this, then I have many ways to do it, either through network or physically I can remove my storage and I can copy the data. But I do have many security measures on my physical device so that it can be protected. But when I'm talking about a virtual system, when I'm talking about a cloud technology, how this security can be enabled. For example, say I'm creating a virtual machine, the virtual storage which I'm talking about, the VHD, will be stored on my physical computer. And how can I secure them? And of course, you have a shielded virtual machine, a feature called shielded VM, which enables you the tool, a technology called TPM, Trusted Platform Module, which is available on your system today in today's hardware. And this enables you a BitLocker, which in fact encrypts even your virtual storage, and it enables you even the data cannot be accessed by even the administrator of the physical server, where only associated to the actual owner of the particular virtual storage or the virtual hardware. So the security is enhanced towards managing even the virtual environment plus the physical environment as well. And the developer technologies to talk about. People are having many such legacy application even run today. Like say, I'm running, for example, say I'm running a pharmacy business, and I need a application or a software which I want to manage, or the ERP of my system. And I just had a startup at that time. I just prepared or developed an application, and of course it's working for me seamlessly. And after a few days, I see the startup is say no more available, or say they have moved away, and there's no further support available, but the operating system or the platform is getting changed, the technology is getting changed. But this legacy application, I still want to use this, and I want to manage them. Or say I'm talking about even the legacy programming languages, like say COBOL, Photon, or say we don't find them today, but there are certain application developed on that, and I want that particular application to work on my current system. Even people are working with the old systems or the old technology because of the legacy application support or the compatibility. And of course this is also changing today. We are coming up across a concept called containers. Generally, when we talk about virtualization, you're virtualizing your hardware to become a physical hardware to a virtual hardware. Similarly, you can virtualize your operating system with the application requirement with containers. So containers is all about managing your application. You can virtualize your application. It's pretty simple. Pull all your required application, put together in a single platform, and you put it across a single container, and you prepare an application and start using them. So you can have your legacy application converted to a container, and you can still run on the existing version of operating system. That enables you a better way to manage them. Few of the example like Kubernetes, Docker, and you can even have cross-platform application like Linux application running on Windows or Windows application running on Linux. This is possible with the technology called containers. And finally, to talk about HCI, hyperconverged infrastructure, the software defined data center, which enables us the technology to move ahead. Like we talk about software defined network, software defined computer, and software defined storage, enhances one single solution for managing your data center capabilities. And the requirement to talk about the career opportunity to talk about, it's tremendous. And the requirement is booming a lot, and the people who need to manage them, to ensure they work with each other, or say to work with the resources capability and enablement. And means people means requirement of people is in huge. Managing containers, managing application, developing the resources, and capability in terms of managing this technologies are tremendous, and requirement towards these technology is huge. And by the way, with one note, make your journey more valuable with making yourself updated with all new technologies. One simple thing I believe: if you're not updated, you're outdated. So that's how you see this world, and that's how the world see you in terms of technology. And with this, I would like to take over the Q&A. I would like to hand over back to Ramakrishna. Uh, any questions or anything which we can find on the chat?
Yeah, I request thank you, Senthil. I just find out if anybody having any questions, please you can please let us know. Just let me find out if any questions in the chat box. Just see. I think no one is put any questions here. If I request participants, if you have any doubts or any questions, anything, you can please paste it in the post it in the chat box, please. Yes, anybody having any questions, please? This is a time for question and answer. If anybody having any questions, you can post it here. Mr. Senthil, can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm able to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for if any questions are here. There is no questions around. Put it in the chat box. See, I personally I have one question, sir. You for the current group of people, those who are in the third, second year, and second year student,
Mhm.
which is a technology they can concentrate more, sir, because the next 2 years down the line, we don't know what is actually happening. Because currently, whatever the technology, the new technology, maybe after 2 years, it become maybe absolute. So that is why. Can you just suggest us, or guide us, our student, those who are in the second year, which technology they can think of going to be a, hot technology maybe after 2 years? That may be a that
See,
way.
first and foremost thing, behind all these technology, the programming languages plays a bigger vital role, and where they have to be very much strong enough in these kind of languages, which can enhance them in terms of skill as well as the requirement. See, behind all these technology, the software plays a bigger role, and the software enhancement, and uh, you see, to talk about just an example, Windows 10 as an operating system, now they have moved as a service, Windows as a service. And you see, since, and not only this Windows, you can talk about Android or Mac operating system, or whichever softwares we use day in and out. You see, the people are moving towards software as a service. And uh, you can see the regular updates, regular patches, regular requirement of resource integration, and of course support and development is one of the biggest need which we come across. And of course, when I'm talking about industry, the technology is moving towards cloud, and the cloud is going to bring us a very big impact, and virtualization is going to play a bigger role, and integration of application with IoT, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence is going to bring us a lot of opportunity way forward. And since you can see, after this pandemic, people started reimagining their business in a different way and different form, and remote work is becoming the new normal, and remote work is becoming the new next of any people or the career to talk about. And anything related to remote work environment and remote work technologies, which in fact relates the requirement, and of course online uh, communication tools or the collaboration tools, we are going to see a very big boom in the market. So people can concentrate, students can concentrate on these major sectors which can help them in terms of gaining or securing their future.
Yeah, thank you for the answer, sir. So one more, I have a question related to internship opportunities.
Hmm.
For the major companies like Microsoft and other companies, do they offer an internship offline also, offline, online both, sir? Maybe
I
1 month internship, yeah.
I need to check and come back, and of course there are some, but we can connect offline and we can just discuss on this part.
So thank you very much. Just wait.
Sorry, Ramakrishna, I'm breaking your voice.
Just wait for 2 minutes, and some disturbance in the back end. I'm just telling to stop it. That is why. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, I request participants, if you have any other questions, you can post in the chat box, please. Do anybody having any questions? Please, you can put it here. Otherwise, if you don't have any questions, I think we can conclude the session. Anybody having any questions, please, you can put in the chat box, please. I think, Mrs. Senthil, thank you very much for giving wonderful information. I think it is really helpful for our student because these students they really needed this kind of guidance for the industry experts. That's what we are looking for because the reason is we academicians we can say up to certain extent, but what is actually happening in the industry only industry experts can able to guide our student. Wonderful information given by Mr. Senthil. On behalf of Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering Management, our principal, our HOD, and all the faculties, on behalf of all of us, and from our student community, we would like to thank you for giving such a wonderful information, Mr. Senthil. Thank you very much for giving the
Thank you.
information.
Thank you very
And
much.
also,
Thank you, everyone.
yeah, and also I would like to thank Mr. Ravi Purohit and Mr. Dashrath from iNurture. So they are really helping us to organize such a wonderful webinar. And even in future, we wanted to have such a webinar also. So so thank you very much once again. If anybody have any questions, you can you can post it to us. Later stage, we'll get back to you because uh, now is already time 1 o'clock. Okay, we conclude the session. Thank you very much, Mr. Senthil. Okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.